Hello, this is Goku4001, and I'm back with another Heroclix video. First of all, before I get into the main video, I do have to apologize for my DC75th rant. I was mad. I just watched it, and I've noticed that first of all is, if I can't explain what they should have done differently, then I shouldn't complain. I have no reason to complain if I don't have helpful advice. If I can't tell them how to fix it, or if I couldn't tell them, like, if I can't give my suggestions on what they could have done differently, then I have no right complaining. Because maybe they don't know. But because this was so easy for me to compile a list of 10 figures, only 10, and no, they're not all White Lanterns, that could have been removed easily to fit in characters that we all wanted, why couldn't they have done that? Also, like the last video, there will only be a DC logo picture throughout the entire video. I apologize. I'm not getting lazy. It's just I don't care enough to actually scour the internet for pictures. It works. It's about the content, about what I'm saying. It's not about the pictures. Nobody's gonna care if I throw up a picture related to what I'm currently talking about, because obviously these figures don't exist that I'll be talking about later on in the video, so it doesn't matter. So yeah. Sorry about this again, I do apologize. Okay, so let me start out the list. First of all, I'm going to tell you the 10 characters they should have had, the 10 removable characters, and then I'll tell you characters they should have had. Now, because of the fact that I am not the biggest DC fan in all the world, I know more Marvel characters. There will be, and I don't know obscure Marvel characters either, but there will be, my picks are going to be more based on who I know. So, I don't think my list right here is so subjectable, and I'll explain every removed choice and why I would have removed it. But yeah, so, and then I'm going to explain why the other characters I think could have fit in better. Now remember, if you have a better choice for who they could have put in, go ahead, because I don't think any of my removed choices are subjectable. I think they're all really very removable. Now, you can argue that obscure characters, first of all, as I will state this, there are virtually no obscure characters on this list, except for one, I think. And there are no White Lanterns, and for the most part, there are no colored lanterns other than Green Lanterns. I think there's one lantern. Actually, there might be two. Yeah, I think there's two lanterns. Okay? Now, first I gotta mention that generics. This is DC75th. There is no excuse for a single generic figure. No. You can argue obscure characters all day long. You can argue lanterns. And I'll explain to you why lanterns are not a very good choice later on in the video when I get to the picks. You can argue that all day long. But cannot argue generics. There's no excuse for generics in this set. Other sets have a right to have generics. Not this set. No. Okay, first I start out with Guerrilla Warrior. It's a generic. Don't have to explain that. Then I go to Easy Company Soldier. Pretty good fig. It works. But no, this is not the set for Easy Company Soldier. Could have picked another set. They could do a war set in the future. Then, what are they going to do? They can't put Easy Company Soldier, because I will complain about that. Next, we get to the Beast Boys. For Beast Boys, they could have removed the bear and the cheetah, Beast Boy. Nobody would even know they were missing. Seriously. You wouldn't have thought about it. You would have been like, T-Rex, cool. Yay, Beast Boy. That's all. The next one is Zem-Aran. Can't pronounce that really good. Then Dominator. And now we get to the one that, yeah. I'm sorry for the one Detective Chimp fan out there. But no, Detective Chimp should not have been here. He had a pog, fine. Maybe in a future set where he fit in, but this is not the set for Detective Chimp. No. Okay. Now the next three, you can argue all day long that they should or shouldn't have been in here, but they're in standard right now. They're in modern, and thus they should not have been in this set. Green Arrow, Kyle Rayner, and Guy Gardner. Maybe Guy Gardner. Maybe him. Because I think Guy Gardner was in a set that's about to becoming legal. But the other two, you can't argue. No. I would have gotten rid of Guy Gardner too. He's not that well of a known character to have two so close together. Space it out. Wait for a Lantern set to put all these Green Lanterns in. I want a Green Lantern set. I would love a Green Lantern set. This is not a Green Lantern set. Now let me list down my 10 picks. Now, this is supposed to be Gold and Silver and Modern Age comics. They're supposed to have something from a little bit of everything. Okay. So somebody in my comments stated that the lanterns are modern. So they used lanterns. Okay, I'll give them that. When I go to my comic book store and I look at a comic book, and I pick up a comic book and I look through a couple comic books, every comic book for the last couple of years have all been about Green Lanterns. There's not been any other story arcs. Nothing major has happened in comic books other than Lanterns. I'll agree with you. Oh wait, no. Superman returned recently. The War of Superman happened. Gotham City Sirens is going on right now. What else? There's so many big stories going on. Why didn't any of those get fixed? That's wrong. Okay, so I'm going to start this list, not in any particular order, but I'm going to start this list listing off 10 picks that I would have put in the set, other than the 10 I told you should not, that I don't think should have been in the set. Now that's subjectable. Most of those I think most people should agree with could have been removed and nobody would have been the wiser. Nobody would have questioned most of those things. Because most of them are either reprints of characters that have been remade, that are still in the standard, or they're generics. And that's no good for anybody. Okay, so I'm going to start out with a Robin. There's no Robin in the set. DC75th, no Robin. Why couldn't we have gotten Jason Todd? They've never done a Jason Todd Robin, and this was very iconic. Now, going with this theme of Jason Todd, why not Joker? We've had some of these figs that were very iconic to the comic books, so why not have Joker with a sledgehammer with Jason Todd on the bottom of the base? People would have been fantastically excited for that. And if they didn't do that Joker, why not Joker and Harley Quinn? I would have preferred the Jason Todd, Joker beating Jason Todd fig, but either one. Now I'm just going to mention this really quickly, take off the Band-Aid really fast. Catwoman. Okay, now to finish up the Batman picks really quickly. Return of Batman. They had Batman in the set. I'm not going to complain. And yes, they did have Dick Grayson as Batman. But we could have easily had a Return of Batman fig. And maybe they'll do that in a newer set. And I'll give them credit. They might do that. They might do that in a Batman set. We'll see. But that would have been nice. Now, going on to more Superman things. War of Superman, I don't know what they could have put in the set. But the 3 figs I wish they would have had was Steel. Or 2 figs I wish they would have had, sorry. Steel and the guy who imitated Superman. Oh yeah, and the Cyborg Superman. Those 3 figs. And I would also like to see the Legion of Superheroes. Now, beyond that, there's a lot more they could have done. But those are my 10 picks. Those are 10 iconic characters, I think, that should have been in this set over what they did do. So I think people would have been fantastically happy for my picks. And I would have been mildly happier with the set if they would have done stuff like that. It's not just Catwoman. If people think that I'm mad just because they didn't have Catwoman, no. Now, please list what you would have preferred to see in a DC Anniversary set. And if you agree with my picks, tell me if you agree, tell me if you disagree. I'd love to hear your opinion. Nothing will be... I am not going to silence you. I want to hear from you. Very few comments I was even offended by the... in my DC 75th rant. There was only one comment where a guy was saying that the set sold out, ha 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 ha. That offended me. Because that was wrong. He was poking fun at the fact that And buy this set. I don't want you to not buy this set. It was me being mad. Me being upset because I think they let me down. And I still think they let me down. I still don't like the set. It's got great figs in it. But great figs does not make for a great set. I'm a fan of comic books. Players that don't know anything about comic books were ecstatic about this set. But collectors and people like me who do collect and play, my friend was so mad at this set that he told me, and we're not playing until X-Men, Giant X-Men, which I'm hoping Giant X-Men will be great. I hope to have my first thoughts up soon. Sorry, I've not been able to play Web of Spider-Man, so I'm not going to have a review of that set for a while. I'll try to get some other Heroclix related videos. I'll try to do some reviews, very much like closer looks. If you like my videos, go to the Glass Cabinet. He does a lot of good Heroclix reviews, and he actually reviews the figures, and he does some toy reviews. They're pretty good. Not my favorite toy reviewer, but he is good. He knows what he's talking about. He does pretty good. Well, this was Goku471. Leave me a comment or a video response, and I'll see you next time. YouTube.